How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So we had one heck of a bounce back day in the stock market today. The S&P and the NASDAQ went up 0.8%. The Dow went up 0.7% as we saw the Russell explode up over 1%. So today, like always, we're going to break down some charts, some stocks, my thoughts on the markets, plus more. So sit back, relax, smash that like button if you guys find value. Check out my Patreon down below for all my buys, sells, call outs, plus more. And let's get right into the video. So like I said, heck of a bounce back day after a pretty bad couple of previous days here in the stock market. You guys can see SPY. It's been a pretty rough time the past 6-7 trading days. We've gone down from 454 down to about 443 today, and that was in the pre-market. And then we saw a rip all throughout the day. This ended up breaking back over the 50 SMA on this 20-day chart, and it closed right under the 180 SMA and right around the high point from yesterday pre-market at 448.60 and from the prior day at about 448.80, 449 roughly. And this is a bit worrisome to me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Just because we had a very solid green day today, I don't necessarily think we're out of the woods quite yet. And you guys probably saw this coming. You know, if you've been following my videos, you know how I look at charts. You probably saw this coming. I think this could, keyword is could, be a bull trap, right? Because, and what the heck is a bull trap anyway, right? It's when we see a big push in an index, an ETF, a stock that sucks in a lot of buyers, right? But it's still within a downtrend for the most part. And then ultimately it ends up dumping back down. So in this case, let's say you bought the bounce on SPY today. You bought in at 447 thinking this rally is going to continue. And then all of a sudden you open up Yahoo Finance, ThinkOrSwim, your brokerage account tomorrow, and you see it trading much lower. Well, you just got caught in a bull trap, right? That's pretty much, in a nutshell, what a bull trap is. And the fact that, again, we closed under the 180 SMA on this 20-day chart and the high point from the past 2 days being roughly 448, high 448s, the fact that we closed under there, that is not giving me a whole lot of confidence that we're going to rip right through here. And granted, if we wake up tomorrow, maybe the next day on Friday, and SPY's trading 450 plus, that's a different story. At that point, we'd be breaking out of both moving averages. We'd be testing highs from, back on the 10th of September, 9th of September, and that'd be a lot different. That would be a reversal, but we're not quite there yet, which again is why this could, keyword is could, be a bull trap. So keep that in the back of your heads, guys. And pretty much all the stocks out there that I track on my watch list, look at them here. They were all red from Mara, or green rather. What the heck am I saying? They were all green, other than a couple down here, but for the most part, it was a sea of green out there. And when it comes down to QQQ, you guys are seeing a lot of the same, right? We had a nice rally today, and we closed right under that 180 SMA on the 20-day chart. We closed right under the high point from yesterday and from the day before, which raises a couple red flags for me. I'm a bit worried seeing that. And again, this could be a bull trap suckering in buyers, and then it could ultimately dump down and maybe test the lows from earlier today, mid-low 370s. That is still in the cards right now, guys. So what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to smash that like button if you guys find value in this video and in any of my videos for that matter. And it really helps me out if you guys do that, and I appreciate it as always. I really, really appreciate all of you guys out there that just watch the videos and, of course, sign up for the Patreon. I mean, the support it's awesome, guys, so thanks a lot. And let's talk a little bit about now some stocks, which we do every single day, obviously, right? Stock number one is Mara, M-A-R-A. We had a pretty good performance in the crypto stocks today, and I forgot to actually check what crypto was doing before I filmed this video, but I'm assuming The fact that Mara went up 7%, up over $2.30. I'm assuming crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those coins, well, maybe not all of them, but the big ones had a pretty solid day, right? Because those typically, when they go up, we see the Bitcoin crypto stocks go up, and that's why I'm just making an assumption here that crypto did well because Mara did well, again, up almost 7%. And we're noticing a nice pop over that 180 SMA here on the 4-hour at a higher low. We're maintaining the uptrend as well as the trend line here, which is awesome. And now we're going to try to fight past at least 38.39, which is the next upcoming resistance, right? That is right by the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. And if you guys look at the past couple of months here of price action, we failed at 39.40 back in the end of April. Also in the beginning of August, late August, a little bit, actually not really in the beginning of September, but pretty much 40.39 is a big resistance for Mara. And the fact that we're seeing buyers step in here is nice, but we got to break out of 39.40 before I personally take this trade. So I'm going to put my alert for now at $39 per share. We'll see what it does there towards the end of this week as we are slowly wrapping the week up with tomorrow being Thursday, and obviously Friday is after Thursday. If you guys didn't know that, I mean, Stock's a genius. He knows how to, say the days in the right order. And we got DocuSign as stock number 2. DocuSign ended up going up 2% today, up over $5.60, $5.60 today. And you'd look at this chart and you'd be like, it doesn't look that great, at least on this 4-hour chart. And I'd agree with you. It really doesn't. We've sold off quite a bit from 315 to 275, down about 15%, well into correction territory. We're trading under the moving averages. We're also seeing a death cross, the 50 crossing under the 180. These aren't the best signs out there, but when you pull back the layers a bit, and this is always why I mention that you got to look at multiple time frames. If you look at the year chart on DocuSign, we're actually still holding the uptrend, even though we're seeing a bit of a beatdown the past 2 weeks here in the stock. Again, from 310 to about 275. We're still holding the uptrend on the year chart above this 180 SMA at about 250, 260, 270. And these are all great signs, in my opinion, but maybe there could be more downside, maybe down to about 250, 260. So this one is not a surefire buy quite yet, in my opinion. But if it starts creeping down a bit more, 10, 15 bucks more, then it could start opening up as a pretty decent ad. And again, this is all in my opinion. You guys must do your research. And the 3-year chart shows an even better pattern, or shows the pattern more broadly here. And again, this is even more, shows even more evidence that 250 could be the spot to add, considering the 50 SMA is right by there on this 3-year chart. So watch out for DocuSign. MRO is another one that I'm personally looking at right now. Let me show you guys that. Marathon Oil Corporation, clear-cut inverse head and shoulder on this particular stock. You guys can see that, and I'm not sure. I thought I added the ovals before. I guess it might have deleted on me, guys. I might have to do it again. But you can see here, left shoulder head, right shoulder on MRO. We're trading above both moving averages as well here on the 4-hour. And you guys know how this plays out, right? If the inverse head and shoulder completes, MRO is going to make a move up towards $14.50 per share. Heck, maybe $13.50 at first. Well, obviously, it has to go to $13.50 first before it goes to $14. But oil's looking good, guys. The oil energy stocks are crushing it, at least today, and they have been the past couple of days. I mean, Marathon went up 7.6% today. Crude oil, let's pop that up here. Crude oil is completely breaking out. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm an investor in crude. I guess you can say if I own XLE, that's an indirect investment in crude oil. But I own energy, right? I like energy. I think it has good potential here. There's nice dividends being paid out with a lot of these companies. So crude oil is breaking out. MRO's crushing it. I think there's upside to $13.14 per share. And I own XLE. I just mentioned that, right? Or maybe I'm not. I'm losing my mind. You guys can see inverse head and shoulder on XLE as well, breaking out. So these are definitely worth watching at this point in time. Starbucks collapsed today, down 3.5%. It got down to about $114 per share. And if we pop up the live news tab, stock plummets on day after institution loads shares. So I'm not too sure exactly what the heck's going on right here, but on Tuesday in the after-hour session, an institution placed a massive block trade of Starbucks shares. The trader purchased 659,841 shares of Starbucks above the ask at 118.86. The total cost of the shares was a whopping, get ready for this, $78.42 million. So I guess that has something to do with the stock taking a beating, and I don't know if it's going to last forever, guys. I doubt it will. I think Starbucks will ultimately recover. If I redraw this drawing set, let me show you all this. Even though we've pulled back a good chunk the past couple of days from 120 to 114, right, which is a pullback of about 5-6%, which is not too crazy, but it is a pullback nonetheless. Even though we've done that, we're still maintaining an uptrend. And if I show you all this uptrend channel tool, it looks like we're trading within this channel as well. So if you're a bull when it comes to Starbucks, I wouldn't be panicking. The chart still looks pretty good. Even though we're trading under the moving averages, I mean, that's not that great of a sign. But again, we're holding a higher low here, so that's decent. And if we start recovering back over 115, 16, 17, 18, that is where we could start seeing a breakout again in this particular stock. FANG is another one, FANG. Let's pop that up, guys. Diamondback Energy, yet again another energy play, and this is probably the one that I drew the inverse head and shoulder on. You guys can see it here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breaking out of the moving averages, and now with upside up to about $102 per share, which was the high point from the end of June. And again, with energy crushing it, oil in general crushing it, I think FANG's got the upside, the momentum, and we might be making a move. I don't know if it's going to go back to 100. I wish I knew. If I did, I'd buy call options, but obviously I don't have the crystal ball. But could it go to 85.90 in the short term? That I see as a likely outcome. I'm just going to come out and say it. And again, I own XLE, which gives me broad exposure to this space. So watch out for FANG, Diamondback Energy. ADSK is another one, Autodesk, which is beating down a good chunk the past couple weeks, ever since the end of August from 344. Now it's trading at 286. It's down about 18%, almost in the bear market territory. And I personally think, guys, if we pop up the 3-year chart, the uptrend, hey, it's still continuing. This could end up being a dip buy. We're holding the 50 SMA on this 3-year chart, which has held religiously ever since the end of 2018. And on the yearly chart, let's see what's going on there. We're trading a little bit under the moving averages here, so I'd like to see a recovery, probably back over 290, 300. And at that point, it would be safe to say, in my opinion, that the uptrend would be continuing. That'd be the confirmation of the break back up. And yeah, that could be an opportunity for a trade on ADSK. And the last stock for today, which admittedly I do have a pretty chunky position in, it is Sofi, ticker symbol SOFI. And you guys can see on this 4-hour chart, Sofi is currently testing the top of the downward channel. And this has been a sticking point. It's been a sticking point ever since the beginning of September. Pretty much all of this month, we failed at about $15.50, $16. And I'm telling you guys, the second we start breaking out of here, I think big volume, big push is coming for Sofi. And if you guys are in my Patreon, I have Sofi. I own it. My average cost is $14.86 to be exact. I'm selling covered calls on it, making some good income while I'm holding the stock. And I think it's going a lot higher. I really do. And, one thing about selling covered calls is your profits are capped on the stock, so you got to be a little bit careful there. When selecting a strike price, you got to pick a price where you're willing to dump your shares, which for me, I have the strike at $17, which I'm willing in the short term to dump out of Sofi at that point. Considering, again, I'm at $14.86. I own the shares at $14.86. And let's say, for example, I wrote it to 17, had to get rid of my calls because they got, or my shares because they got exercised, right? The calls got exercised. You know, you have to give up your shares in that case if you're selling the calls. I would make 12%, which I'm completely cool with. And I almost forgot to mention, I'm selling the October 1st $17 calls. I made about, what did I make on those? I think 45 cents a contract. I think maybe 42, I forget exactly. But again, I'm posting all these moves on my Patreon, guys, every single day whenever I'm making them. And if these expire out of the money, I keep the shares. I'm just gonna, the calls that is, if they expire out of the money, I'm just gonna write more calls, sell more calls at a later date, maybe mid-October, collect the premium, wait, and just sit on the shares. That's what I'm doing, guys. So if you all enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Jeez, guys. Subscribe to the channel and check out my Patreon. If you guys want my buy, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, private Discord access, plus more, all of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $30 from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600. Link down below as well. And that's it. I'll catch you all in the next video, which I made a video earlier today going over 3 stocks that are getting slammed right now. We go over why they're getting slammed. Go check that video out. I guarantee you'll find value there. Go check it out. I'll pop it up here. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.